Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 60. Nice round number.
Yeah.
And it is post-holidays.
Yes, it is a couple days after Christmas.
Yeah, so we got ourselves together. It's been 10 days, because we recorded on a Monday, and it's now a Thursday. So 10 days since we last saw you. It's been 10 days since our last podcast.
Yes, I had fun explaining to my long-flung relatives a podcast and a knitting one, and oh wow, interesting, good for you.
Yeah.
Because Lucy was wearing her Zombie Nation t-shirt.
Oh.
To one of, you know, and a lot of people liked the shirt, but they didn't even comment that it was a podcast about knitting or anything. They just saw the Zombie Nation part and then left everything else like, it's like I kept pointing out that it had UFTA written on it, and nobody was. They're like, "Oh, it does."
We went and got our LLC.
Yes, we did.
We now are a limited liability corporation. Stockinit Zombies is.
Yes, ooh la la.
Yes, and that was the funniest remark from the lawyer, that like, zombies are cool now.
He did, yes, he did say.
Like,
they're really in.
Yeah, so yeah, good for you. And I was like, yeah, I don't know that we're cashing in on the coolness factor of zombies. We just have that name. So, did you and your family have a good Christmas?
We did. I think that the all of us being home all the time together might be
wearing
out. I don't know. No, we are fine. We just I don't know, ran out of things to do with the kids, and then you're just like, okay, watch a movie or something. I don't know how those stay-at-home mothers do it. Schedules and routines, I guess, but we don't have any.
Yeah, we were down in Iowa until just, a mere few hours ago, and it was an interesting. It's always interesting to be in a car with really young children. And on the way down, they have the excitement of getting there, and on the way back, it's just kind of like
confinement, right?
Yes. Mom, I don't want to be in the car anymore. I don't want to be in the car anymore either. Mom, I don't want to. I'm like, you have it so good. I didn't have a DVD player in the car. All I could do was like sit up, stare out the window and wish that it weren't so darn boring. But,
I don't know. That's also a luxury, because if you don't have a TV to watch, you can nap a lot easier. I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes. What else?
We went to the Henry Dorley Zoo. If you're ever in Omaha, I would highly recommend it. It was very extreme. Like, we were outside and it was freezing, and then we'd go inside and it'd be jungle, and we'd go outside and we'd go inside and it'd be desert. And I think my favorite was they have an insect pavilion, which I don't generally like insects, but it was like a butterfly garden, and there's like butterflies flying everywhere, and it's so warm and wonderful. At the end, they have like this double door system, so the insects can't get out, A, and then B, the warmth stays in, and they have these mirrors that you have to check and make sure that there weren't like any butterflies trying to escape with you. And it was just kind of fun. There was just like these beautiful big butterflies flying everywhere. It was like being in a fairy movie or something. So yeah, it was fun. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. It was good to see my brother. Taught him to knit. He's a very intuitive knitter.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, maybe I didn't took the requisite picture of him and Ellie sitting next to each other knitting. I don't know, when I first started knitting, if I was as aware as he is of, like, he was like, I knit that and it looked wrong. Like, I pulled it through and the stitch didn't come through, or like it felt different, or like he was very like introspective about it.
Yeah, whereas, if early on, if I had made a mistake, I wouldn't notice it until, like, it was in the fabric.
Yep, exactly. So he was like, it feels wrong. I did something different. And, of course, he mimicked me, and so now he's a weird thrower with his left hand. There's another throw with the left hand out there. But we'll see how much more he gets on his little 30-stitch garter scarf. I didn't teach him to purl or anything, but taught him to fish, I guess. Fish-ish. With like a net instead of maybe a hook and a line. And we'll see. But yes, those were the two highlights that I was going to mention from Christmas.
What we might have to do is find a Zombie Nation crew to go adopt him
in San Francisco. Yes, I think that I could get behind that. Yeah. All right. That's enough for chitty chatty.
Yes. We got a lot to cover.
We do. So, what do you want to go to next?
Bam.
Bam.
Wham bam.
Yep. So, Lois of Knitting's My Bag contacted Amy and I about contributing a pattern to her BAM sets, which are Bags and More. And it's Lois of Knitting's My Bag. Did I already say that?
Yes.
Okay. And she announced that we will be part of her February We'll Always Have Paris theme. And so we just wanted to give you guys a heads up. She announced it. We announced it.
Excellent.
There will be there are no hints as to what they are, but I'm excited about my pattern. I'm excited about your pattern.
Yes, and I just witnessed or previewed Megan's, so
it's an experience.
Yes. Yes, there's lots of modeling going on.
And I'm sure I'll model them for y'all.
Yep.
By the time things come about. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Very excited about it.
Yep.
But just future details.
Yes, and I apologize to Lois and people who buy the BAM kits. My pattern is still handwritten. So I need to get cracking on putting that into the computer.
Yes. That's a process.
Unless you want photocopied.
That might be fun.
Handwritten. No, you don't want that. I will work harder and get that in there. But the prototype is complete and adorable.
I think so.
So
I didn't get to witness it, but I will eventually, I'm sure. Yep. Just not on air. Retreat details. You go.
Yay!
Yay!
What?
You go.
Spring. What? So we have been working with the Kaler Grand Hotel in downtown Rochester. So get out there and check it out. As far as we know now, we have the Elizabethan ballroom and it is Newtmas. And we are very, 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 very excited. You can call into the Kaler now, Kaler Grand Hotel, and we're going to leave details out on the blog. But you can call to them now using an 800 number and book your zombie knitpocalypse retreat. And what you will need to tell them is whether you're single occupancy or double occupancy. Yeah, that's it. So there's no like money down at this point. You're just booking your hotel room with the Kaler. And it's the Kaler Grand. But again, we'll have links. There's two different Kalers downtown Rochester. We're at the one that's right downtown. And there's one a couple blocks away.
And then the next big step for us is we'll be contacting the vendors in short order.
Yes. So. Vendors will be contacted very soon with details about what we need from them next. The other thought was that when we have decided on day passes and excursions, which is very soon, a couple weeks away, those things will come available, and those I think were being part of our deposit. That you're going to be setting aside as non-refundable. And
just because we have to have those numbers. I
Yeah.
mean, if people back out, we still have to be able to book the buses and
Yep.
pay for the materials and whatnot.
Yes. But no fret. They're very inexpensive as far. I mean, we've been looking into it, and I think that we're spot on reasonable, and we think that it'll be awesome. And what else?
Retreaty goodness.
Yes. And booking with the hotel is all you need to do to be a part of the retreat.
Yep.
You don't need these extra excursions or day passes. If you've booked with the hotel, you're covered. You're good.
And you're set in stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. You're going to be there. We all sit around and knit and have fun, and away we go.
But like I said, excursions, goodie bags, like if you wanted a t-shirt,
Yep.
all that stuff is going to be separate, and we're going to be deciding that shortly.
Yep, but we wanted to get the hotel information out there so people could start, like, this is legitimate. We're going to be there. I've got the hotel reservation. Now I can start figuring out my my travel plans and whatnot. Not that you might not already, but some people might want to put the, hotel reservation and retreat up at the forefront. So that was all I had, other than the For Good. Here, I gotta get to the end. I got 3 more stitches. The For Good, drum roll, please. Hit the 2,000 mark. Huzzah!
Yay!
Yay! So I will be drafting a check, thanks to all of you wonderful folks that have been part of the KAL, who've been gifting the pattern, who've been buying the pattern, to the National Women's Health Network for $2,000.
Yay.
Awesome. It could be like 2010 by the time I get to it tomorrow, but just super excited. And again, the people that I talked to, kind of like you were saying, explaining the podcast to your relatives, were kind of like, seriously, that many people bought a pattern? I'm like, yeah, knitting community is awesome. You have no idea what you're up against.
Yeah, I know that our sales contact at the Kaler Hotel has no idea.
Yeah.
Paul is clueless.
Hopefully Paul's not watching.
Well, if Paul's watching, he understands. He knows the hotel biz.
Yes.
Gangbusters. He knows, booking things in advance, and our little link is specially named for us and all that stuff. It's great. But he has no idea what crazy people knitters are.
Well, he has had contact with us.
Well, this is true. This is true.
Maybe we're representative of the knitting community.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He has talked to these two nutty people.
We've shared some froyo,
Yeah. Bonded over a cup.
Yes, a cuppa. Jinx.
No.
Now you can't say anything. Have you seen the...
Yes, I have.
You just broke the jinx. Now you're really jinxed. Alright, so do you have any FOs? I ask you because you made such a vehement point of coming over and being like, I have no FOs.
I don't have any FOs. Much to what I did to Megan last time. We're recording a little earlier than I might have thought we were going to, and I don't have any objects. I have mostly finished objects.
Mostly finished. Why can't I remember what stitch this is? Make one right. Okay, anyway, I should just put it down. And I wore it, and I got oohs and ahs, and you really made that, and, I have a nice little photo where I'm holding my son and wearing it. Sewed on the pockets, finished the pockets and sewed them on. I think I like the pockets just for the very fact that I know, bless you, husband, who just sneezed. He's not normally here. It's so odd. I know where the front is now.
Oh, yes.
If the pockets are in the back, it's wrong because it literally, there are no you don't do any short row shaping to make the back a little taller or anything. It was literally symmetric. So this is the Idlewood by Cicely Glauc McDonald in the Yowza What a Skein, Miss Babs, who's having a sale right now, 20% off of her in stock.
That's right.
I know. There is some BFL calling my name, but I've got some Miracle Jen BFL coming.
Yay.
Yay! It should be shipping here in February, right?
I will not lie, the wowzers. The what skeins, I've been scrolling through those.
It's nice. I mean, pick something out drapey.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Cable-y stuff.
No, it didn't like to be cabled. It rebelled against the cable. And it was a satisfying knit. I would recommend it for anybody who, I don't know, that is new to sweaters or is looking for a lot of stocking knit in the round. It was a lot of stocking knit.
You know, which may sound like, torture, but after this, sounds wonderful.
Yes, it's all relative.
Sounds
right?
wonderful. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds like I could just sit and knit and knit and knit.
Knit and knit and knit. I found myself getting bored and being like, what else could I be working on? So my crazy is pretty much over. I've been pretty much monogamous. This evening I cast on Miss D.P. Temple's socks.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I've been working on my snowbird. So that is that. It's nice. I wore it. Go gadget.
Okay.
Sweater.
So
Work in progress. You
yes,
have one.
I have several. So we have a few more days to the knit to zero goal. It's not going to happen. Since it's not going to happen,
It's been declared.
it's been declared. It's been yes, it's dead. The dream is not alive. I thought I would just go and ahead and show you my shame. And
The pile of shame next to her.
the pile of shame. And know that there is one thing that didn't make it into the bag. Okay. So, here is the sweater that I have been diligently working on to get done. Yay! Yay! And I've tried it on in its one sleeve state. A mistake was made in the second sleeve because I was knitting them at the same time, and I couldn't keep them on the same stripe pattern at the same time. I would have had to have cut my, split my balls, and I didn't want to split my balls. So,
That's what he said.
I'm trying to.
Sorry.
Behave. So I had to rip back down to this cream stripe here and start again. But it's not very much. I'm actually, okay with that. I have my little, I ripped it out things, and I'm done. And I'm going to start it over, and it's going to be perfect.
You said that it was going to be really noticeable, right? Because
yes,
of its
for
location.
me. Yeah, it was an extra striping right on here, which is right where it meets the crease, right, the little armpit. Mm-hmm. And so it's just right here. And I think that I would have noticed it not being symmetrical when I sewed it up. And I literally, I slept on it. You had the two pieces, and I was like, oh, I slept on it. Came back the next morning, and I was like, well, I want to finish the sweater. So I did all the seaming and all the whatnot, and then I set in the first sleeve, and then I went, yep, gonna have to reknit that second sleeve. So, but now it makes me feel like I'm so much closer to being done, because as soon as that gets cast off, it gets sewn in, and it's gonna be done. Now, I was saving this for right now, because this is, I would say that I have already sewn in about 24 ends.
You could just leave it that way and have some extra insulation. Or you could just wear it this way. Oh, that would be stylish. Fringy top.
Again, I've already done 24 because I've done, let's see, I've done all the stuff around the collar. And this is in, it just needs to be snipped. And yeah, so all the extra along the sleeve and along the sides, and yeah, it has not. So yeah, just along the top and around this collar is all that's been done in.
So it's really not just the sleeve and done. You've got quite a bit of end weaving in.
I do.
It's like, don't remind me.
I know. But at the same time, who says it's not wearable?
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna see those.
I can't remember what designer it was that I was reading their blog, because I read a lot of designers' blogs, that was saying that, like, she never, ever leaves her ends in. She just leaves them on the inside of her garment, and it's her little shame thing.
Secret.
Yeah, like, nobody sees them.
Got a secret.
I don't care.
These here might have to go in, otherwise they're dangling from the bottom of the...
What is that are you unraveling?
Yeah.
Don't wear an unraveling sweater at SSK, nobody will tell you.
True story.
True story.
Okay, so yes, that's the one whip that I've been really working on.
That's the Sweater of Doom, aka...
Yes, Sweater of Doom.
Do you remember the pattern name? Sorry, I'm being like all
No,
Everybody should remember what their yarn and pattern names are.
And it's like such a hodgepodge of yarn, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. This is Spud and Chloe Fine, the pink stuff. The maroon stuff is Stewie Booey, or whatever, that sock.
Shibui?
Shibui.
I don't know.
This is Dream in Color, and then the white is Socks That Rock. Or Off-White. Okay, so I took 3 days off. So I could have been done, I guess. I took 3 days off to work on this lovely cabled goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And I am to the point where I can start the heel flap.
Mm.
And so that was lots of fun, but I had reached to the deadline for getting it done and had only gotten this far. So I decided to set it down.
Dream, the impossible dream.
Well, and it was fine. I was happy just getting through most of the patterning of the
I was
of
just
the
happy
piece.
to be knitting on something other than the Sweater of Doom.
That too. Very happy. And then this was the other thing that was like the Knit to Zero accomplishment patch or whatever. But it's not even as far as the I'm taking a break one.
That's Zombie Barbecue.
Yeah, Zombie Barbecue and the Breaking Hearts pattern.
Which was a dis or dat.
Yes. And I really do like the pattern, and I will get back to it. And I don't know, that's just kind of yeah, I will definitely get back to this. This was really fun, and I love the colors, and I love how it's knitting up. It'll be fun.
My step 2 on the self-striping addicts is going to be determining what your first one is going to be here in January.
Oh, okay.
I have to decide.
Okay. I have decided. It's in the pile.
Oh, okay. Well, I should have saved my commentary until...
Well, you didn't know.
I didn't. There's quite a pile over there.
So, part of my monogamy and not having myself go crazy has been plotting my next, 10 whips, I think. I don't know if there's 10, but we'll find out.
Count at home.
Here is Alaska Mama. Your lefty is getting wound up. So here's the purple that you chose. It's beautiful. Here is one of the contrasting colors I chose. It's black and white with hints of a purple-ish. It'll look purplish when it's knit with the purple, for sure. But it's mostly black and white. And then a random assortment of funsies. So red and blue and yellow and green. And if you're like, oh my god, that sounds hideous, let me know. I haven't started it, so I can totally fix it. I also have a really pretty pink that I used in my olive, a reddish pink that I could put with the purple instead. But I believe when we had talked, we said that a scrappy one would be awesome. So I busted out some scraps. Alright, so this is a future Daybreak with some color shift yarn. So this is the first color in the color shift with some nice TML gray. Put the halo on that. So
single ply goodness.
Yeah. And so that is something that I've been wanting to start and haven't. So there's a couple shawls.
I want to be involved too.
This is, oh my goodness, this is so nice.
Ooh, that is nice.
This is my Tempted's Good Girl Sport that I'm going to turn into a sabbatical.
Ooh.
And again, I wound this up because I'm going to start the sabbatical.
You're going on a sabbatical.
Yes. And it's like a hip length lacy open cardigan. What am I thinking? But
it's beautiful.
It's going to be awesome. Yes. I'm very excited.
I had forgotten about that.
Yeah. So wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how many that is so far, but I have some black Rios. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this, and I was actually quite upset. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I'll just knit a bunch of hats for dudes, because I have
dude hats.
I have 6 of these, and I just kept hemming and hawing. Like, the one sweater I wanted to make out of it was cable-y, and it just wouldn't show off the cables like it should.
Mm-hmm.
But I found a lace pattern thanks to You Don't Call Me Leslie of the Knit Girls. It was queued up on her queue and noticed that it was worsted and fell in love with it. So it's on my queue now too. It's a lacy cardigan, and what did we call it before? It was semaphore. Maybe it was semaphore. No. Semaphore?
Samoba?
Semaphore? I don't know. Semaphore. You're all just
future
mocking me.
Linky.
Yeah, Linky. Sure. These are socks for my son, eventually.
And what yarn is that?
This is Claudia Hand Paints. Love this yarn. I think it's a Louette base. Louette Gems.
That's in your Java Jenny.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
The slap bracelet cozy.
Mm-hmm. Her shop is Kitchen Counter Crafter.
Kitchen Counter Crafter. I don't know.
I think that's it.
Anyway.
It's satisfying to play with.
It is. Okay, I only have two more. This is my stripey. Star Trekkie.
Oh, I could do Star Trekkie at the same time as you.
Star Trekkie. You would have them done way before me.
I want to do, well, especially if you cast on all those things. I think I want to do one of my Fiber Nymph self-stripey. I have Nyan Cat, Fruit Loops, and Star Trek.
Okay. Star Trekkie. It's been decided. And I already know what February is going to be, but I'll announce later. But this is this one.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Yeah. She's implying that I won't get done
No,
with them.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, February is a ways away.
So this is some Debbie Bliss Angora cotton that I intended to start the beatnik with everybody else. But since that one's ending very shortly.
Yes.
And I have, I did cast on the ribbing. For shame. So it is a whip, sort of. But I do like the way it's knitting up. It's probably going to take to the cables and whatnot very well.
Yeah.
So, I'm just sad because I'm not going to be able to work on it, like, immediately. I want to work on smaller projects, I think. I'm like, I want to have more, like, I don't know, get her done-ness in my life. So I'm going to woe on the sweaters and start doing some shawlettes and socks and things like
We have a lot of intersections as far as the things that that we want to be working on, I guess.
That's it. That was I had to bring all of these things. I was thinking about knitting on them and I was daydreaming about them, so I started putting them in bags. So that I was like, you know what, I am going to work on these. I have obligation knitting in there to the winner of our birthday giveaway, and I have the beatnik is partially cast on. Somebody wanted to knit a hip weight cardigan with me, and so I was like, the sabbatical has been in my queue for over a year. I've had that yarn for quite a while from Tempted.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you got it for yourself. Yeah.
2013 is the start. I have to start this. So I didn't say finish. I said start.
Okay. Yep.
And so Amy's back with a vengeance because I feel like I already have if you count the beatnik, 2 pairs of socks, I already have 5 things on the needles.
Okay.
Again. So my knit to 0, I was down to 2. And then the beatnik got
From
cast on.
From how many did you start out with?
Oh, like 9.
Okay, well that's
Got a lot done.
7
The monogamy
steps
was working.
backward, 5 steps
Yeah.
forward.
It was fine with me. I mean, it got me through all those things, and I was very excited. There was one hat that I didn't get to show you. You know, it flew off the needles into its recipient. So, I mean, there was lots of knitting going on, and I really enjoyed the process. But there's something to be said for the instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Casting something on right away.
Amy's addicted to it.
I am.
All right, I have my get to where I can, this is really good. Snowbird. And I'm very literal. I knit patterns out of yarn that is very similar to the pattern yarn. So I'm using Sun Valley Fibers, DK weight Icelandic yarn. Have nothing but wonderful things to say about this yarn. It's I don't know, it's a little rough at first, but like as I was knitting it, it just struck me how very soft it is. And this is the Snowbird by Heidi Kermeyer. I'm also going to be casting on a Nanook. And it's, sorry, I was thinking maybe there wasn't that second N and I was adding it. But no, it's a Nanook. Very cool pattern. You start out with, and I not heavily modified it, but you're supposed to do a provisional cast on here and then graft the two pieces together. Like, so you knit the collar this way and the collar this way, and then graft the two provisional cast-ons together. I'm like, that's just insane. I'm just gonna do the opposite direction from the one that provisional cast-on that I already did.
Okay.
And then I think I would have picked up stitches along that collar rather than I seamed them doing my little pull it through 2 stitches and bind off method. And then it's reverse stockinette through there, and I'm going to run out of yarn. So I think it's going to be this is all I've got left.
Oh, short sleeve.
Yeah, it's going to be some sort of short sleeve. I haven't decided whether I'm going to make it like the collar, where maybe just put
unless the sheep wants to give some more wool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no doubt that I could contact Jeanette and she could find her oatmeal and I could try to get it close, but I'd really like to eyeball it in person, I guess. Especially since you've already got half of a sleeve out of the one color. It's got some nice deep pockets, which I've done. I used some of my odds and ends because you don't really see that. The one complaint I would have about this pattern is if you look at the picture down at the base, it's all nice and flat and pretty, and it's stockinette, so it's gonna roll. So I don't know if they blocked it out. I added 2.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I added 2 purl rows to try to get it to stay down, and you know, obviously
you can tell they have problems with curling a little bit, so they blocked it enough for the picture.
I took out quite a few. It's supposed to be like knee length, and I knew that I wasn't going to have enough, obviously. So I took out quite a bit, but it's, I don't know, I can't really see very well, but it's a nice length on me. The pockets are where I would want my pockets to be. The model has it like down to her knee, and just kind of, you have a shawl pin and close her up. But yeah, I really love the yarn. The pattern was easy and straightforward to follow. You kind of have like a modified I-cord like edging that you work on both of the edges. A little sheddy, as you can see. I'm wearing a black shirt, so the do you like it, Mags? You just rolled over and gave me some love. What else do I have to say about it? I don't know. It's really warm, so it's ideal that I don't have full sleeve length because it's like as I'm wearing it. And that's in my Fancy Sneeze bag that I have to rub in your face every single time I
Very rough. Well, but yeah, you're right. I mean,
it's soft.
Yeah.
Once you get past like some of like it's like guard hairs. I don't know what you even call it, but like it's soft. And I'm hoping that when I wash it, it gets really soft. One of the skeins there was more lanolin-y.
Okay.
You could tell that it was rustic and from an actual sheep. People were impressed though when I was knitting it at Christmas. They were like, "So you know the person who raises that sheep?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." It's like Kevin and Bacon. That's how I explained it to them. And they're like, "Yeah." So my husband thinks it looks just fine the way it is, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna leave it." I'll do something with the sleeves. Something with the sleeves. But yes, this will be, if I get this wrapped up before we record next, this will be adult garment number 23.
Oh, wow.
So 2012 was my year of sweaters. I don't know what 2013 is going to be.
Could be your year of designing or something.
Yeah, yep. I think it'll be my year of stripey.
Oh, that's true.
That's my
Get
goal
those
anyway.
stripey stuff out of the way.
It is. And I haven't decided what, I think, I don't know what the discount is yet, so stay tuned. But I'm going to put my Partying Up and Getting Down socks on sale with the coupon code Stripey New Year.
Okay.
I thought that was fun. Yeah, like Happy New Year, Stripey New Year. So look for that. I'll put it somewhere out on our addicts board or just announce it next week when it is a Happy New Year. And then for DP Temple, I changed my mind. I'm no longer doing the Nemesis because this fabulous person that we know, Amy Beth Mays, released her Bridget sock. And so I am doing these for Miss DP Temple with my wool mice, which I've never used for socks yet. Got a flame motif that goes up and it's toe up and fit my bill. That, and Amy does such a great job of knitting our patterns, and wanted to throw my support behind her. It's a free pattern out on Ravelry, easy for me to say, and Ravelry. Go out and download it and show her some support. It's a great sock pattern, very well written. You can tell that she thinks about things. Like she makes comments about things that I go, oh yeah, okay, thanks for explaining that to me. And charted and words and heel flap. What else can I say about it at this point? Not much. Mirrored.
Toe up, heel flap?
Yep, toe up, heel flap, mirrored. So I'm doing 2 different socks. I just started the flame chart, the flame motif, and it's easy to remember. And away we go. Cool. So look for those from me in the future. Socks. Maybe 2013 will be my year of socks.
Could be. Get a lot more done than 24.
I don't know. Yeah. To me it seems like, and I don't know if anybody's ever done the math, but like bigger weight yarns, bigger needles. I mean, socks are like 400 yards, right? Mm-hmm. So 2 pair of socks per cardigan. Mm-hmm. Okay. As far as yardage, number of stitches around times around the needle, right? Mm-hmm. They're just a lot smaller finished objects.
Well, yeah, and I don't knit my sweaters on size 1s.
Yeah. So. A few of mine I did. And most of my adult garments had like the shalom and the
short sleeve.
Yeah, they were short sleeve adult garments. So they aren't like the 1,200 yard slogs. But
I was thinking it might be fun to make a list of sweaters like I did last year. So I had 4 remainders from my list last year.
So you can laugh next year.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or not laugh, but you know what I'm saying, like retrospect.
Yes, I want to retrospect. I think that'd be interesting.
Well, you just set forth some pretty lofty goals.
Yes. Well, two of the when I think about it, I'm like 2 of the sweaters that were on my list from last year might not be ones that even make it into this year because, you know, you've fallen out of love with them or something, or the yarn was destined to be something else, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recently did a lot of organizing of my yarn, and wow, yeah.
You don't even have the numbers that I do in my stash.
Nope. Well, see, the thing of it was, is I took my bins and I pulled out all of my stripy yarn and put them in one place for RKAL, just so that I could go out, look at them. Tiny tub, by the way, tiny. It's like one little tub, and there's stuff that's not stripy on the bottom. So I was like, oh, it's actually kind of small. I think I might have 12. I don't think so. And I looked at it and I went, oh, see, this will be good, because then I can just, whenever I finish one, go back to the tub, pick another one. It'll be good.
Yeah. And somebody asked me to, like, how many sweater quantities do you have in your stash? And I was like, oh, dear God, don't ask me that.
I actually made a linky loo for it.
Yeah, see, well, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, 22 or 23 garments, right? I mean,
in 1 year. So
in 1 year. So, I think I have like 2 or 3 years worth of sweater quantities. Yeah, even at 23 a year. Yep.
It's dangerous.
It is. It's silly. It's just silly. Somebody stop me.
Yeah, I have a bunch, but I haven't clicked on my link recently. But it basically it says if I reach a certain yardage, in different weights, I don't, and then it puts them up there. So
you should send me the link, and then I can just change the name
user
to, the user too, and then we can compare our numbers.
Yeah.
Like mine isn't gonna blow yours out of the water.
Probably.
Amy's like, I've created a monster.
Yeah.
I started stashing well before.
So we haven't even gotten to acquisitions. Do you want to hurry?
Yeah, we can do. I can skip my Christmas presents for now because I don't have any new acquisitions coming for next week.
Okay.
We can just talk about. You go ahead then.
Well, I just do two, because you can see this one. I got this set of snap bags, the purple ones from. Yeah, I'm excited. But I will share. This is in here is my December shipment from Into the World. So I was all set to let this lapse, but then she sent this beautifulness to me.
Like she knew.
She did. She knew, and then she said, I'm going to send her some pretty stuff so she won't let it go. It was so pretty.
It is pretty.
Some pretty purples, and even got some peachy.
And what is the base?
It's a superwash merino silk base, which I've seen a lot of recently. I actually have gotten a lot of recently. So, yes, very pretty.
So shawl or something.
Oh yeah, could be. I don't know. At this point, it's just for the love of turning it into yarn.
Yes.
I am spinning with my SSK Fiber Nymph stuff. Oh, love times a million. It's a BFL silk blend, and I had done 2 rustics before, because I had done the Southdown baby doll, and then I had also done an alpaca from the same people, so very rustic fibers with picking bits of stuff out of them and whatnot, and just spinning something that's been prepped and is got a little bit of silk in it and is just a dream to spin with, and I'm like, oh gosh. I mean, don't get me wrong, the rustic was an experience that I will do again, and I loved it. But man, just what a difference. It was like, whee! It was just coming off the, I don't know, I had spun a couple ounces before I even realized I'd spun a couple ounces, and that was not happening with the rustic stuff. I would just stop either because my hands were hurting or because I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. Whereas this was like, I can keep going all day, and it's going really fast because I don't have to stop, pick out some veggie matter, go, stop, pick out some veggie matter. It was just go, and it was great. it's going gangbusters, and so I'll probably have some of that. No guarantees, but yeah, just another day at the wheel and it'll be done, I'm sure.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying the rustic yarn that I'm working with, right? I mean, it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we had the wonderful proprietor of, I can't remember, it's not Elizabeth, it's Amanda. Amanda of Elizabeth Quinton Bags send us some bags to review and to give away. So we have, you have your bag over with you, don't you? Yes. The large box bag, which retails for $20.
Is it going on your head?
Is it? I think it may be. It's quite large.
You could put a head in here.
You could fit a human head in this bag. And, or you could do it to the side here. Like a very...
Lovely.
Very lovely, yes. Everything goes on my head. Very large bag. I love her fabric scents. She's got very pretty interior fabric and exterior fabric. Mine's got snowmen and it coordinates with your sweater. And yours has cardinals. Mm-hmm. And it has the one big loop on this side, which I like. You can kind of do a forearm thing if you wanted. Mm-hmm. And then the zipper zips towards that one. So if you had your yarn in it, zip it wrong. Thin treated fabric. You could have it on your arm and have the yarn coming out.
Okay.
Is yours the same direction?
Yeah. Yep.
And then yours is the one that we'll be giving away for the baby. It's cold outside. KL is this nice pretty blue polka dots with owls on the outside, and she sent some, I'll assume, are handmade stitch markers, since we saw some fingerprints that have the owl and the turtle, and I believe you're taking the owl, I'm taking the turtle, or no, you're
mushroom.
taking the mushroom.
The owl goes with this.
Yes. And this is a nice one. I would think if you were doing like a 2-ball shawl, like your Daybreak, and then the 2 balls would fit down at the bottom, and it's tall enough here at the top that the shawl could sit on top of those 2 balls. Mm-hmm. And this size is nice. It would be, you said you were going to try to put it as your sweater.
Yep.
The beginnings of a sweater in it, right?
Yep.
So
it'll probably fit 4. Mm-hmm. As I add them, I won't add them until I'm working on them. So mm-hmm. Probably get up to 4 balls of the sweater in there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe I'll put my Nanook in here since it is holiday. But I like it when they put, and this is just me being like a uber stingy person, but when there's a snowman, because then snowman works until like March, right? Mm-hmm. And there's still snow on the ground. It's not Christmas specific if there's a snowman on there. It's multi-seasonal.
Yes, mine have snowflakes and candy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Snowflakes and candy are seasonal. Mm-hmm. And peace on earth,
yeah.
Hope. I don't see Christmas on here.
No, there's no.
There's just Christmas ornaments, I guess.
Oh, those look like peppermints. Oh
no,
Christmas. Yeah, you're right. Those are an ornament. But go check out her shop. She's got I just looked at it before this to find out the price of these. Her smaller bags are $22, I believe, but she's got a 10% off discount on her shop right now because she just recently reopened. So this will be part of the Baby It's Cold Outside that we're doing with Sort of a Knitter. He sent me a very wonderful Celtic pattern for Christmas. Josh, Sort of a Knitter. And yeah, lots of exciting things going on. Amy's pattern was in the top 20 Ravelry patterns for a few days until Tin Can Knits gave away one free pattern. Yes. And they're all, I think she's like the top 8 of the top 10. Oh, so if you haven't gone out, what was it called? The very lacy.
Oh, the
short sleeve. No, that's the one I got. But the pattern of hers that I've knit that comes from like 6-month-old to double XL. Oh God, why can't can't I think of it? Something current?
Tide.
No. Low tide. Low tide cardigan.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You remembered something for me for once.
Yeah.
Low tide cardigan was from her, and I got the snowflake. Did you go get one?
Got the snowflake.
Oh.
I already had the book that the low tide is in.
Got it. And, yeah. All kinds of exciting things going on.
Yes, and I did get 3 patterns gifted to me. The Sort of Knitter one reminded me that. Leslie of the Knit Girls gifted me a really nice pattern that I had queued because another podcaster had mentioned it, so it was a big podcast circle. And then now I can't remember what the first in all of the love was.
Yeah, I believe I got one from Valeria. I can't remember what the pattern was called. Something pine something. Anyway,
I got a lovely jacket with button cardigan gifted to me, and I really appreciate it. I just can't remember for the life of me who gave it to me.
Yeah, it was fun on Tuesday. I woke up and
it'll get re-mentioned.
Before I opened presents, I did some wrapting.
You did.
Random active pattern Tuesday. It was Christmas, so it felt very, Christmassy.
I'm gonna be Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Library. Well, Laura of the Knit Girls does this with her phone, doesn't she?
On air.
Yes. On air searching. Okay, that's the one that got given to me.
Can you see in your library who gave it to you?
Yes, you should be able to. Where is it?
Well,
until next time. I thought I got a cardigan, but I got it was a different pattern altogether.
Pullover?
Yeah, it was pullover. Yeah, this is not worthy of your time. So, thank you so much, and I will recall who gave it to me. And let's see, Valeria. See, you were right.
You remembered something for me, so I remembered something for you.
Yes, thank you. I'm like, oh, what? Yeah. So, thank you so much. You were right. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.